Hello.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here.
No, it's my pleasure. I'm trying to get the video to start. There you are.
Hi.
Lovely to meet
Hey.
Oh my
you.
gosh.
Hi, nice to see you both. And welcome to the Hobbit Hole. It's kind of a bit messy,
Yay!
but yeah.
I'm literally so happy that you're here. I watch every single one of your lives and every single one of your videos, and I'm just oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing joy to so many people. I'm so you must be so excited with all that's going on with you. I mean, you just everything is just you're just so blessed right now. I'm
Thank
just
you so
so
much.
so impressed. But I love that you're getting into art and I think your mom said that you were also into directing as well.
Mm-hmm.
And have you done
Definitely. And writing and
in writing?
producing.
Nice, nice. It's really you know, you're 12, right? I
Yes.
okay, okay. Got the whole it's so funny because for me all I wanted to do when I was your age was be the artist on Spider-Man. I wanted to do the comic book, and so like I was so focused that I didn't even realize that I was working in video games. I was animating Casper the Friendly Ghost and Power Rangers and stuff because all I cared about was doing that. So appreciate wherever you are on your journey because you are going to do amazing things, and
Thank you.
sometimes you get so focused on that thing in the distance that you don't appreciate the cool things that you're doing now. So I'm really excited to see what you're going to do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so excited. I love all of your comic books and I love everything. I loved everything that you do. I love your art. Like I know I already said that, but like oh my goodness. And I especially loved those Spider-Man drawings that you did. Like those
Oh,
little sketches
thanks.
of the Spider-Man characters. Those were
Those were
awesome.
fun. They were really fun to do, and I need to see the second movie because I haven't seen it yet. And but
Amazing.
yeah, I've been drawing Spider-Man since I was 5 or 6, so
Wow.
it came pretty naturally. But it's always fun to do.
I wanted to know, like, aside from your own art, I think that a lot of young artists just like look up to you, like in general. So, I think that it would be interesting for people to know what you did in your early life before you started art.
Um, well, it's funny because for me, art was something I had been doing since
Yeah.
preschool. Well, not preschool, since elementary school. So I can't think of a time before art. I can't imagine a time before art. I didn't take it seriously until high school, but I went to art school, and so it was just kind of always a thing. So I think if I had any other talents, I would have done it, because
Yeah.
being an artist isn't the easiest thing. But yeah, no, I think if you asked me to take art out of my life, I don't know what would be left.
Yeah.
Family, and and
Mhm.
and a hobbit hole. I think I'd like to live 1,000 lives and try 1,000 different things. Like I'd love to try being a musician. I'd love to try being a poet or a writer. But it's funny because I always say people I really connected with the song from Hamilton. Why is he always writing like he's running out of time?
Oh my gosh, I love Hamilton and I love
Yeah.
that line. Oh
and
my
I
goodness.
feel like that because like all my life I never want to waste a day, and so I've always created art every day or story
Yes.
or and that's where the Dreamland Chronicles came from. It was a story I wrote for my kids, and it was 2,400 pages I wrote over like 10 years. And I just said, no matter what, I'm going to make a page a day, a page a day, a page a day. So that way, every day was lived in some way. Every day, I created something, and I just feel like that's every day is a blessing. So you gotta make the best of it. And of course, there's just days where I just want to just sit around and play Zelda or something like that, and you do. But and that's good. You need to take those days off. But I just feel like yeah, you you can get burnt out, you cannot like your work, and
Mhm.
I think when that happens it's time to switch mediums, it's time to switch styles, it's time to just change it up. Try a different, try sculpting, try,
Yeah.
painting on walls or something like that.
I love your watercolor.
Oh, thank
Art.
you.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And I actually was inspired to do watercolors by Bryce Dallas Howard and you, of course. And
You've never done watercolors, really.
I'd never done watercolor.
Oh, I gotta see.
I made this one.
Oh,
and
that's
I
fantastic.
Thank you. And I used like a really thin Posca to do all like the line art and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What kind of
definitely
paper are you
watercolor's
using?
fun. It's upstairs. I don't which one is it?
But it is watercolor paper, right?
It's
'Cause it
definitely
looks-
watercolor paper.
Yeah, because it looks like it was good.
Has there ever been a time that you've ever felt unmotivated and had to like put the paper down?
Yeah. It was 1999. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was around 1999. And I had just done a set of X-Men trading cards, and I got the artwork back, and I just was like, "Ah." I'd been doing a colored pencil style, and I was just like, gosh, I feel like my art hasn't improved in 10 years. And so then I got the job doing Spider-Man. So I started doing digital. So I was doing like 3D animation kind of style, because I'd been doing animation anyhow. And I just took 10 years off from painting, from doing any drawing or anything like that. And then it was around 2009, I decided, okay, I wanted to go back, and I tried colored pencils again. And I just, and so I taught myself watercolors. And so you can, I think there are some mediums like colored pencils and markers and just pencil that you can feel like, I can't take this any farther. And whereas the thing I like about watercolors, or just paints in general, is they're unpredictable. And so sometimes you get a splotch here, or the way the brush handles this or whatever. And so I like that. And but if you even look at my career with the watercolors, is I did watercolors for about maybe 5 or 6 years, and I got bored of that. And I moved over to gouache. And then I got bored of that. And then now I'm back to doing that. And so I just got to be kind to yourself. And like today's painting I did of Nina, I didn't like it. I was struggling with it the whole time during the live. And there's a few paintings, and my mom called afterwards, and she was a fashion illustrator. And so, we'll talk art, and she's, of course, very blunt. And so she's like, well, here's what you did wrong, and you did this and this, and the line underneath the chin is too hard, and can you do this? But she was very good at drawing very feminine, figures from, in the 60s. And so she's, it's always got advice on that. And I said, and she's like, you can go back and fix it. I go, you know what? I said, I'm going to leave it. I said, because I need to just be okay with not liking my art sometimes. I'm not going to try to fix every piece, this isn't for a gallery. This isn't, I'm okay with that. And I think that's been the biggest thing that I've had to learn, was to be okay with not liking my art all the time. And, I kind of look at like baseball, like a batter doesn't hit a home run every time, or even hit every time, and that's like batting at like 300-400, which is one out of every 3 or 4 times, is considered really good. And so if we like our art, even half the time, we're doing better than that. And so I think that's been the hardest thing as an artist. And I think it's hard for musicians and actors and writers, is to learn to be okay with not liking everything you do. And so I think, as someone who wakes up in the morning and wants to create, you don't want to go to bed disappointed that you didn't create the perfect piece of art. You didn't do everything exactly, because you wake up with such high expectations. You want to make sure that you give yourself the latitude to say, okay, well, today wasn't my day.
Yeah.
But I still did something, and that's the good thing.
Yeah. That basically just described me sometimes. Like when I'm like feeling really like down about something that I've created. That's exactly right.
And then
Yeah.
you move on to the next piece. And
Yes. Or just take a break from it and then come
yeah,
back.
yeah. I mean, so many artists will just keep noodling that same piece just to
Mhm.
get it just perfect. And I would rather create 100 mediocre pieces than, one perfect piece, because you learn with every time you start and finish and start and finish. You learn something new.
Yes.
And so I think you're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yes, as you mentioned your lives, I don't know if some of my viewers watch your lives or not, but if they do, I've noticed that you really like drawing hair, and
Yeah,
that
I
it's
do.
really fun to you. And I mean, I could see that because it is definitely really fun.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to know, like, when did you first find out that you love drawing hair and how fun it was?
I don't know if it's an autism thing or something, but I just kind of just zoned out and just kind of just really, really liked it. But then when I got into watercolors in 2009, 2010, I started looking at Alphonse Mucha's Art Nouveau, where the hair was a design now, and it started to, like become shapes that weren't natural shapes. They would
Yeah.
flip up and curl. And so I started to do that, and I was like, this is really fun. So it's kind of like something that I was already just subconsciously really attracted to. And then now I was using it to create designs and shapes and like a
Yeah.
flow. And then I think there's a Zen like thing to it that um, like a bicep or a face can't turn into a shape. It's solid, but
Yeah.
hair can frame a face, can
Yeah.
flow off or lead your eye to something else. It's like a part of the story. And I think that's what I like about it. I think that
Yeah.
and the fact that I'm bald and I will never have hair again. So, there's that too.
Curls must be especially fun too.
They are. I really like it.
So, and I also know that you're really close friends with somebody named Rishi does art.
Yeah. Yeah, we just did a video together.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, I also do love his art. He's very cool.
Yeah.
And if you wouldn't mind, I would like to read something really quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Quote. Scott Sava is like a father figure, and Rishi Draws has the big brother energy of our community.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That is so
that's
nice. It's so
definitely amazing.
true.
Yeah,
Rishi, Rishi,
how do you feel about that?
I love it. I'm not a teacher, and so I don't mind being a father figure. As a father of twin boys, I've I loved being a dad, and so I don't mind that. But I don't I really hold teachers in high regard. They're
Yeah,
trained. They have a passion for teaching, and so I just feel like um, I don't want to take that away from them in any way. Those are people who truly, truly love, and they have this gift and this joy to teach. So for me, I try to encourage. That's really it. I just try
that's
to
cool.
encourage, and I've even tried to move away from just art and try to be more of myself and to talk a little bit more about kindness and talk a little bit
Mhm.
more about just empathy and just being a good person, because I think first of all that is what a father would do. You don't just teach one thing, but I see that the world could use more kindness, and so I love art. I love making art. I love talking about art, but there's so much more that we can talk about and so much more we can do with whatever platform that we have.
I also agree. As my shirt says, be you.
Nice. I love it. I think just a little bit of empathy, a little bit of when I started TikTok when the film
Yeah,
came out in 2020, and on TikTok I got exposed to so many different people from around the world, and I became friends with so many different people. It allowed me to ask questions about gender roles and indigenous nations and things like that that I normally wouldn't be exposed to. And I think meeting people and becoming friends with and understanding what people are going through and what they've been through teaches you empathy. And so I think having these platforms and having people talking and and sharing their stories and sharing these things is really, really important, because the world isn't teaching that, like everybody seems to be taking sides from one thing or another, and I think we need to start seeing that we're all going through things, we're all dealing with things, and we're all valuable. And so I think, I think it's great, because I'm 54 years old and I'm learning these things, and I think it's our jobs as human beings to continue to learn always and continue to grow, and and then hopefully share what you learn.